Yeah, that Holly chick's really weird.
She's okay, I guess.
She can see imaginary friends, right? Yeah. She's okay.
She turns to her side and just smiles. And then, all of a sudden, starts laughing. And we weren't even telling a joke.
I don't know, I just feel like there's something more to that, you know? Like a greater meaning or something.
This thing she has been getting to me lately, and I think I'm starting to see them too.
That's Holly.
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 So I'm Holly. And I have friends. A lot of them.
She's imaginative. I had little imaginary friends when I was a kid. She had a little more imaginary friends. She still has imaginary friends. I outgrew them when I was 6 or 7. She didn't.
The first time I admitted seeing the difference would probably be about second grade. My wife was the one who noticed it at first. But it's your kid. There's always an excuse, you know? Like, it's just she wasn't feeling well, or it was just a prolonged adjustment period. There was always a reason. There's always some way why the development was a little bit slow. Because she will be normal. She has to be. She is our daughter.
See, well, Holly's kind of crazy, and she sees these imaginary characters, and I say imaginary, they're not real, they're not there at all, it's just air. She just talks to air half the time. Some might say she's schizophrenic. I don't know.
We couldn't find anything wrong with her. We administered about 30 tests with Holly. We've tried different medications. Nothing was wrong. She doesn't have any history of mental illness. She's not schizophrenic. There's no signs of dementia. She has a perfect, healthy working brain. And when we tried these different medications, nothing would work. Nothing got rid of her imaginary friends.
Some of them are very large, like Bazooka. He's giant. He's purple and huge. He's about the size of this dude here. But yeah, he's very big, but friendly. A little nosy, but friendly. Oh, and then there's Mo. Mo is very small. Mo likes to sit on my shoulder. He sits there and hangs out with me, which is really fun sometimes. Although he's green and he likes to hide in the bushes, and sometimes when I'm walking, he trips me. So if I ever fall and I don't know why, it's Mo's fault, and I trip a lot because of him. And sometimes if you trip too, he trips other people. Thanks a lot, Mo.
So there ended up being really no point in trying to get rid of these imaginary friends. No amount of talking was going to do it either. Instead, we had to just switch around, change gears, and learn to work with these friends.
So really, they're all full of different colors and things. Some of them are multicolored, like Yukon Cornelius. He's multicolored and he can spin and then just start flying way up high in the sky, which is really cool. And he's actually the cause of most rainbows.
One night, we decided to have sex for my first time. And so we started to, go to her bed, and we became fully engaged in this act of coitus. And so the door was creaked open, and all of a sudden she shouts, "Bazooka! What are you doing there?" And I look around and no one's there. I'm like, who the hell is called Bazooka? And then I realized it was one of her imaginary friends. And so she just started shouting, "Bazooka, leave!" And I am not very confident in myself or my image, so I was kind of frightened and sort of became, aware that this imaginary character is looking at me, even though that's stupid and not plausible because it's not real. It just wasn't okay. And so I ran out of the bedroom screaming, and I may have been crying, and that was the end of that. I called her the next day and broke up with her.
My mom left for a lot of reasons. She had her problems, especially with my father. She wasn't a mean-spirited woman. She's not a bad person. She just wasn't ready for the lifestyle that we had.
It was a difficult adjustment, really, as I'm sure anyone could imagine. At first, it was great. We were a team. We handled it together. But eventually, as the years went on, one day she was gone.
Honestly, I'd rather live through 1,000 childhoods with Holly and my dad than just one with a woman who didn't want to be there.
Her brother will be great, and she will always have that support there. And that will be enough because it has to be. That's what you do. You get up and then you just focus and you keep going, which is what she has always done, which is what it will require.
I mean, it's like any other day. It's like everything else. You just wake up in the morning and, get ready, shower, go to work, go to school, go to the gym, do your homework, watch TV. Everything's the same except for that they're there with you.
Some people just can't deal with the imaginary friends like Holly and her family can. And that's a real bummer because if they get to know Holly, she's a great kid. But she has these other people who are always going to be around her as far as we know.
You always want the best for them, and any deviation really from the normal is simultaneously, it's wonderful, but it's also terrifying.
Holly does her best. She's a great kid and she's really funny and smart, and if anyone tries to be her friend and just works with her and her imaginary friends, they'll have a good time. Holly's just like any other kid, except she has these people around her that no one else can see. If they just accept her for who she is, everything's golden.